Good afternoon, teacher. I am Yana Chua and I am going to talk about delinquency. Delinquency is a very big problem in the society, and also we can find this problem in different ways. For example, many people steal others because they don't have a lot of money and they can't buy different things that they want, and they always search the easier way to get money. They steal houses, stores, and also they steal in banks. But this is a big problem because they don't know that that is in contrast of the law. And when they commit this kind of action, and they can go to the prison and they spend a lot of time there. I think that they can get money in search another option for help themselves. However, I I believe that they do that because they don't have a permanent job, or because they don't have the exactly experience in a job, and a boss don't want to contract him to develop a job where they can't do anything. But I I disagree with them because I believe that all people should have an opportunity to improve their skills in any situation, and all people are able to do something. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Diana Ochoa, and I'm going to talk about English language on a socio-educational file. Well, I can say a lot of things about this topic. One of these are that English is very important around the world because it's the second language more spoken, and it is very useful to get some things. For example, to get jobs, we can obtain different kind of jobs as teachers, as bilingual secretaries, or maybe as uh, translators. Also, I think that teach this language is help to communicate with foreign people, and we can talk about many things as customs, traditions, food, and we can learn more things that are very interesting about different countries. Well, however, I suppose that when someone teach this language, it helps us to obtain more opportunities to have a good job. And also, I think that surfing on the internet, there are some websites that are in English, and sometimes we don't take these pages because we don't understand what they say, and we we don't improve our intellectual knowledge. As a summary, I can say that English language is very useful for our lives, and it helps us a lot. Thanks. Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Yanucha, and I'm going to talk about global warming. Well, I choose this topic because I think that it is a very big problem around the world. Well, some things that causes this problem is because there are some people that are dangerous for our environment. For example, they burn forests, or they don't take care about the rubbish and they throw it in the streets or in green spaces. But they don't know that they contaminate our air. Well, in addition, I can say that we can search some things to solve this kind of problem. For example, we can collect all the rubbish and put in the bins to avoid to contaminate a lot of. And also we can plant a lot of plants to create more fresh air. As a conclusion, I can say that if we want to help to our country and to our city, we need to collaborate with all things that are good for us.
Good afternoon, teacher. I'm Nina Choa, and I'm going to talk about a social problem called family violence. This topic refers to physical, psychological, and sexual abuse. In addition, in some families there are a lot of violence, and this is one of the reasons why a home is destroyed. For example, sometimes the father or the mother beats their children for things that aren't so serious, or themselves begin to discuss about something. I think that the most common problem in your families is the money. A consequence of this kind of violence are injuries. Another kind of violence is psychological, and this refers to a person's emotional damage, and this is manifested by rude words, testing, and closures. A consequence of this kind of violence is depression, and I think that this is very bad for people because when they are depressed, they start thinking about suicide. Finally, we have sexual abuse. This kind of violence refers when another person forces to another to have sex with him, and after that the person who is forced is very sad, and she or he begins to reject his or her body. Now we know all this kind of violences, and we can differentiate all of that, and we can understand about what refers each one, and also we can learn more about this topic, and we can use this information to talk with other people and change opinions about it. In conclusion, I can say that we need to avoid this kind of violence because they bring very bad consequences for us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Diana Ochoa, and I'm going to talk about drugs. Well, I choose this topic because I think that it is a very big problem, especially with humans, because they introduce this substance into their body, but they don't know the effects that it has. Well, some effects that it has are biological effects, especially in the central nervous system, because it provokes some illnesses, and sometimes a person can die with this substance. Well, I think that some people do that because they have a lot of problems, maybe with friends, maybe in their job, or personal problems with their family. But I don't think so that they have to do that to try to forget their problems, because they can search some things to solve this, or maybe they should to talk with the person or the group of people that they have this kind of situations. As a conclusion, I can say that this problem is very dangerous for us, and we should to think very well when we want to do that. Thanks. Good morning, teacher. I am Diana Ochoa, and I'm going to talk about a social problem. It is poverty. I choose this problem because I think that it is very important to know the causes and why this problem appear. Well, first I want to say what is poverty. Poverty is a status socioeconomic where people can't access to the basic physical and psychological needs. And for example, it can be about the water, light, and food, and healthcare, etc. Well, I think that all these kind of things are because some people don't have a job, and there are a lot of people who are unemployment. Well, and also another situation why this problem exists is because there are inequality between them. For example, the president sometimes give rules to beneficate some people that have a lot of money, and something about people who don't have it. Well, in conclusion, I can say that the presidents of all countries should think about the needs that many people have and search some ways to help them. Thanks.
Good afternoon, teacher. I am Diana Ochoa, and I am going to talk about a topic that I think that it is very interesting about society. I choose this topic because I believe that this is a good idea to explain. The topic is racism. Racism is the defense of the racial sense of an ethnic group. Well, and this topic refers to people who believe that are different from others, and they begin to act in a different way, and they make groups to spend time, but they don't know that with this kind of actions they create the discrimination with others. Some things why they discriminate to others is for the kind of skin that other people have, and maybe for the place they live, or if they are intelligent or not. Well, and this is a good example that I can say, and also we can see in a real life this kind of situations. For example, in some institutions we have girls and boys that they are very different. Maybe because it, it, uh, a little group of guys have a lot of money and the other no. And this is also another reason why people are discriminated. Well, when girls and boys do that, it doesn't mean that they are really bad people because they don't know uh, why they act so and why they do that. And I think that the most responsibility for this kind of acts is their family. And I think that the parents should teach that they have differences with other children, but they need to know that the differences are good because they can learn different things about others. And as, as a result, I can say that racism is a big problem in society because many people believe that they are better people than others and they don't believe in the abilities to do something that other people have. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Good morning, teacher. My name is Diana Ochoa, and today I'm going to talk about a social problem. This problem is about technology. I want to specify on the internet. Well, I choose this topic because I think that it is a very big problem in the society, especially for teenagers. Because when I talk with some friends, they told me that they spend a lot of time chatting, surfing, um, download videos, um, or doing something else. Well, I think that spend a lot of time with the computers, for example, in the Facebook, it is not acceptable because it spend a lot of time and we can do many activities that are very enjoyable. For example, we can go out to play football, basketball, or another kind of sports. And also, I think that we can spend some time with our family because uh, pass all the time in the computer it isn't good because we can start to lose a lot of interesting things. Thanks.
Good evening, teacher. My name is Diana Chua, and the topic of this day is prostitution. Well, I think in this topic because I think that it's important to us to know different things about this topic. Well, um, I think that prostitution is a very bad decision because many girls work in prostíbulos and they get a lot of money and they don't work very hard, and I disagree with this kind of activity, absolutely. And also, I don't like this this option that some women take, because uh, a lot of men went to this prostíbulos, and they spend a lot of money with girls, and sometimes the girls are younger than them, and the and it co- the consequences of this action are um, break break some relationships between couples, and sometimes a girl that work in a prostíbulos uh, can be pregnant. Well, in conclusion, I can say that definitely I disagree with this kind of work, because I think that it isn't respectful for others. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, teacher. I'm Danucha, and the topic of this day is unemployment. I choose this because I think that it is very important to know, and also because it is the big problem in society. Well, many people don't have a job because they don't have a lot of knowledge to develop a profession, such as doctors, teachers, and engineers sometimes. However, I think that they can learn different things to develop this kind of activities during their lives. But if they want, some things that they can do to improve this kind some skills that they have can be study in extra courses and search information to learn more things to that are very helpful for them. Well, another reason that they don't have a job is because they haven't had all the studies when they were very young. For example, maybe they don't have a good